What's good, people? Happy Tuesday. Hope you are having a fantastic week. Sorry to those who were expecting me to pitch up yesterday. I did kind of say it would be either today or tomorrow, but I'm here. I'm happy to be here. Looking forward to a catch up. We've got a great card coming this weekend. I've already got my parlay down. I'm that confident. And yeah, Frank the Tank. You know what's funny? Klaus? How you doing, bro? Big Bank Frank. My PayPal name is actually Frank. Never mind. I've just realized what I was about to do there. How you doing, Klaus? What is good? I've just become aware as well that how you doing, JVD Media? How's it still going? And you know what I'm saying? Bomb, my guy, one of the first guys to always turn up. How you doing? Is it still going, JVD? Are you still on? Have you still got a collar around your neck? Hope you're well. Haven't seen you around for a little while. Alan is finna spoil the party. I strongly disagree. I do have RDR in my parlay, but that does have the potential to go wrong because Brandon Allen is not. He's not good, but he's not shit. So that could be a potential banana skin for sure because RDR is very sloppy. You broke up with her. Oh dear. How many smashes did you get in before you managed to get rid of her? Don't answer that question. Hope you're doing, bro. Hope you're doing well, bro. How long did that last? What, 3 weeks? Her family are looking at her different right now. Odds on Davy Grant will be making some money. Do you know what? Yeah, he is a better fighter than Charles Jourdain. The problem with Davy Grant is he leaves himself open to split decisions. I was very tempted to put Grant in that parlay. However, it will be a decision. We will all feel like Davy Grant won. The question is, will he get his hand raised? I'm not so sure. He seems to be one of those guys that is always on the wrong end of split decisions. Like you'll get to the end of a Davy Grant fight and you'd think, yep, he's got the job done, and then he won't get his hand raised. So he seems to be one of those guys. That's why I never put him in a parlay. However, he is good and he should win. He's better than Charles Jourdain. How you doing, Chrissy J? What's good? But ginger Asian kittens. I'll tell you something now. The Asian gene wipes out the ginger gene. It is very, very, very rare to see any Asian people that are purely and really ginger. You think Davey will catch him? He is a much better fighter than Charles Jourdain, in my opinion. But like you said, it is happening in Canada. So you're leaving yourself open. And the thing is, yeah, with Davy Grant, they don't really have much of an opportunity. Give me a second, I'm just gonna crack open a window here. Davy Grant's old. You're working. By the way, Chrissy J, what do you do in this world? I don't know why I made that sound so dramatic. What's your job? Is what I meant. I made that sound like an accusation. I apologize about that. What is your day job? I'm very, very curious to know. Chat skipping. JVD, come down to Florida. Let's gamble your pain away at the Hard Rock and get some negris pussy. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but it sounds amazing. And JVD, you still need to. I'm going back to Asia in March. You need to try and make something work. I've got to the point now where there's a guy at work who's like a chef, and I'm barely friends with him. And I'm like, bro, you need to saddle up and come with me. I barely know the guy. I mean, he's all right, but he's an Asian dude and he'll probably know the lay of the land. So I'm hoping I can learn some even more tricks, or maybe I'll be teaching him a thing or two. Davy's old, but last time out, he looked good against Blackshear. He looked sensational against Blackshear. Davy Grant never goes in there and gets fucking smashed by anyone. He never gets destroyed. He's had a few performances where he's been dropped maybe, but he is a hard person to get out of there. He's going to have more heart than Charles Jourdain. he's going to be more tricky than Charles Jourdain. He's very good on the ground, but he just has a way of making fights look sloppy. That's a great fight, though. But when I think about what the dirt they're doing on Davy Grant, he's been around for ages. And they're putting him in there with someone like Davy Grant. Give the man a fucking ranked opponent, for fuck's sake. How you doing, JPL? What's good, man? I've come to realize as well that Bodak is making his comeback tonight. And if I'd known that, I would have tried to go on earlier. I'll reiterate. I've got another girlfriend that I've been in love with for about 2 years. Aw, look at the little man talking about love. Hasn't figured out it doesn't exist yet. Never, good on you, bro. Good on you. I hope you're I hope it works out really nicely for you. I'm assuming she is a white. I'm gonna make a wild guess here. She's white. She's like 5'9", and she's got like double Fs, right? That's the kind of woman I'd expect that you are in for. I don't really see how Jourdain wins, and how he's favorite is beyond me. It's the age disparity. And Davy Grant's CV is amazing, but I think just the fact that it's in Canada, I think Jourdain is like 6-7 years younger, something like that, maybe even more. Often percentage-wise, I think the younger fighter with that much age disparity tends to win like 70% of the time. So this is purely an odds thing. If I was betting money on that fight, which I'm not, I would be going with Davy Grant, but there's a risk. But so I can understand why he's the favorite from that perspective, and it's just like a slight favorite. I think you can get Davy Grant at like plus 150, which isn't like crazy. It's not like he's a mad huge underdog. White 5'4", D's thick figure, 10 years younger. Yeah, that's the reason why. And Jourdain's not exactly inexperienced as well. So he's got the age. He's not green in the game. He's fought some pretty good opponents as well. He's at home. I get it. I get why he's been made the slight favorite. But Davy Grant makes it tough for anyone. Dangerous fucking Davy Grant. What is Merab made out of? I'm pretty sure he's an AI robot. He was like their first prototype. Merab is fucking amazing. For him to be coming back in December, just credit to the man. I couldn't believe it when I heard the announcement, but this guy just gets it. If he gets 4 title fights in a year against the opponents that he's fought, he springboards himself into top 5 on the GOAT list. Thoughts on Alvarez robbery? What do you mean? You mean the fact that it wasn't stopped? I don't think it was a robbery, because I honestly think, here's the thing, if Alvarez had cracked him and he'd gone down straight away, I'd be more angry about it, but that's not what happened. He sort of hit him, then Luque went, my eye, backed off, and then went down on his knee. So I'm less mad about it. That was all on the ref. Do I think the fight would have been ended a little bit sooner at that junk shop? More than likely. It probably would have been better for Luque's career if that had happened, because he went on to get 10 minutes more of a beating anyway. The only shame about it is obviously it robbed Joel Alvarez of his finishing streak. However, the issue that I have with it as well is he didn't do anything to try and finish that fight. He was mounted the entire 3rd round and could have battered him into paste, but he didn't do shit. He just like kind of lay there. It was awful. People forget, man, Merab was made in the same lab as Romero. Different color paint. That's all it is. They're weird. Unknown Edits, how you doing? How's your kid now? He hasn't been to school in the last 2 days. His fever's gone, but he still hasn't been to school. So I'm hoping he'll go back tomorrow. He does seem a lot better. But I think he's figured out now that he can potentially get away with not going to school. So Jourdain is definitely shooting on Davy Grant, and that would be a mistake. What's up, man? Second time joining the stream. Arham Nadeem, how you doing, brother? Good to have you back. I do remember seeing you before. Welcome to you. I know it must be very early in the morning to you, so I very much appreciate your patronage. I'm happy to have you here. If you are here, if you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, that would be very much appreciated. We obviously had some fight announcements for UFC 323, which are it's a pretty amazing main card. I'm looking forward to it. Grant's takedown defense is very good. It's exceptional. And his scrambling is really underrated as well. Davy Grant's amazing. And he hits you from weird angles. He uses every part of his body to do damage. Davy Grant is gonna hurt Charles Jourdain. I'm just, again, the only thing that worries me is you get these fighters in MMA that should be way higher up than where they are, but for some reason they keep on getting knocked down a peg by iffy decisions, and this could be one of those situations. Charles Jourdain has a lot longer in the sport. He's younger. He's at home. I feel like Davy Grant is going to have to actually beat the tar out of him with no doubts to win that fight. What happened on the bully situation? I'm speaking to his teacher again on Wednesday, which is obviously tomorrow. There's some issues, and yeah, I haven't found the kid's dad yet. I'm still information gathering, but I've got more of an issue as well because I've heard that apparently a teacher at the school screamed in my son's face as well. Apparently, he was messing around or something with another kid, and then this teacher screamed in his face some like what he described as a giant man. So I'm assuming he's bigger than Daddy, but Daddy's a psycho. So there's a few things I've unearthed from being at home with him, and there's a few things I've got to clear up. I don't mind beating the fuck out of a teacher in his own school, especially if I can get him to throw the first, to make the first swing. I've heard that's a law. Doing well. It's 2 a.m. I don't have any lectures at university tomorrow. Excellent, bro. How many days are you in? I miss my university days. That was a pussy goldmine. It was amazing. Irish school or English school? We're in England, so he goes to an English school. Grant likes to back up with really wide stance after leaving exchanges. That's when Jourdain will take him down. I don't know, man. Jourdain's not an amazing wrestler, but he is quick. And Davy Grant's scrambling is amazing. He kind of does that to make you think you can shoot on him, and that's when he comes up with knees. That's when he throws elbows. Davy Grant is nasty. You should scream in that teacher's face. I don't know if the punishment fits the crime. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in there calm. I'm going to ask him what the context of the situation is and find out why he shouted at him. But that's not really the real goal. I just want him to admit it. And then I'll see how I can elevate the situation from there. Because nobody screams in my son's fucking face. He's 5 years old. It's not like Jourdain's some Khabib or nothing. 100%. And Davy Grant has got sick scrambles. 2 months into semester. So how many days a week do you have to go into university? I bet you've got something like 8 hours of lecture time or some shit like that. I'm not sure how to define Jourdain. So it's an interesting question. He's a very well-rounded mixed martial artist. Jourdain's not shit. There should be a good fight. Do you have your own home in Ireland? Nah, the house I own is in England. It's in Cambridgeshire. It's sat right next to a lake. What I'm going to do is when I get to a certain number of subs, I'm not going to say how many. I'm just going to do a live stream from my balcony, and you can see what I see every morning when I wake up. It's beautiful. Jourdain isn't that great of a wrestler. He just has massive size and speed advantage. Plus, Grant can't sprawl correctly anymore. Grant is very gangly for the division. He's got good range. He's got good scrambles. He's not a slouch on the ground. And Davy Grant doesn't stay on the ground when he gets taken down. He's elbowing in the face. He's trying to get his way to his feet. And he's not a bad wrestler himself. He's got good entries as well. This is going to be a hard night at the office one way for Charles Jourdain. The reason why I wouldn't bet on this fight and the reason why the odds are the way they are, I reckon it's going to be razor close. And he's got cardio for days, 100%, way better cardio than Jourdain. And I will say this here, it's got split decision written all over it. And it's one of those fights where when you get to the end, whoever you've bet on, you're going to be like, I don't know. That's what I honestly feel. Because Davy Grant gets hit. It's 4 days a week. It's not bad. It could be worse. And you probably got a couple of hours lectures a day, right? Might have a few seminars thrown in there. Yo, how you doing? How you doing, Kerry? What's good, man? Shout out to Rob's neighbor. Has his own YouTube channel, and it's sensational. If you're into automobiles, and why wouldn't you be? Rob's neighbor is the man to subscribe to. And if you want to see somebody who looks exactly like Dominic Reyes, but in real life, he might even be Dominic Reyes. Shout out to Kloss. We're trying to convince him to get his own YouTube channel going as well. 4 fights in 1 year, is that stupidity? Not when you're made out, not when you were made in the lab. And Marab was definitely made in the lab. You've got to remember, yeah, Marab was cucking for so many years for his boy Aljo that he didn't get that championship money in. And now he's not exactly a spring chickens. He's thinking, fuck it. I'm gonna get as many paychecks as I can. I'm gonna marry myself somebody who's double my height, which in Marab's case, because I get the feeling he's one of those guys who loves chasing tall women. He's a conqueror. We're going to see him on red carpets in about 5 years with a woman that's 7 foot tall. He's going to bang out a bunch of mutant children and he's going to be balling. What he's doing right now is a credit to the sport. And he's becoming one of my favorite fighters of all time. Davy Grant arguably beat Daniel Marcos. Davy Grant's arguably should be on an 8 or 9 fight win streak. His fights have been that close. Blackshear is so much smaller and slower than Jourdain, though. Is he? Is he new? Is he new? And Blackshear has 0 cardio. Davy Grant has cardio for days. If Marab loses, everyone will say the 4 in a year was stupid. Here's the thing, though, yeah, you got to take your shot. And we all saw what happened the last time he fought Piotr Yan. Marab has a chin made from the gods. The gods themselves designed that chin. So I honestly think the only way Piotr Yan's going to win this fight is if he knocks his ass out. And I don't think he's going to be able to do that. Could he do it? Piotr Yan is amazing. One of the greatest bantamweights of all time. But Marab can just do the same thing that he did last time. Spam takedowns like a motherfucker. People forget that in that last Yan fight, I think he shot something like 40 takedowns. And I think he got like 3 of them. And it felt like he won the fight clearly. Marab's not losing at bantamweight unless he gets fucking chinned. If Marab loses, he will get the trilogy. Which trilogy are you referring to? The trilogy with Sean O'Malley. I'm hoping for a Pereira Ank 2 type performance. I love Piotr Yan, but to be honest, yeah, going into the Piotr Yan and Marab fight, I was the biggest Piotr Yan fan and I wanted him to win. But the way that he behaved towards Marab kind of made me think he's a cunt. And I was sort of happy when Marab won. So, and there's real hatred there. I don't think Marab will allow himself to lose to Piotr. You got to remember, Georgians have a deep-seated hatred for Russians. Oh, trilogy with Yan. So if he you mean if Yan beats him? Saturday is tough, man. I have 7 hours and the other days are also tough. The assignments are manageable too. Yeah, the university assignments are killer. But the thing is, yeah, you've got ChatGPT to help you out these days, man. And you can get creative with that shit. So you've got a much bigger advantage than we had back in the day. It seemed like Yan wasn't prepared at all last time. That many fight minutes in a year is brutal on the body. I think he underestimated Marab as well. Marab wasn't revealed to be the machine that he is today. He kind of stamped it down on that Yan performance. Marab shot 50 takedowns. That's 1 every 30 seconds. This is what I'm saying. 50 takedowns is mad. And I think he only landed like 3. That's ludicrous. CEO of EPO. He's not losing. And I'll tell you what, for anyone who says that Marab is... If anyone says Marab's not fun to watch, seeing the look in his opponent's eyes when they realize he's not going to stop is a sight to behold. You know, seeing that human spirit break in real time. It's beautiful. But yeah, Arham, sounds like you've got quite a 7.5 hours of lectures is mad. Mr. 509, I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, Frankie? I'm pretty surprised Talbot, after his last performance, is getting a chance at a top 10 spot and not having a fight outside of the top 50. This is what I'm saying about the Davy Grant situation. He's getting done dirty. And then a guy like Talbot, who, let's remember, the thing he's done that's made him the most famous is blowing vape smoke out of his asshole. Look it up on YouTube. It's out there. But this is where the UFC baffles me. I don't understand why they love this guy so much. I guess it's a social media thing. He's young. He's got the look, you know. But good to see you here, Mr. 509. I'm delighted to see you here. Volk lost his confidence after he lost the fight to Islam first match. I don't think he lost the confidence after the first fight because there's a strong argument that can be made that he won that fight. I think it was the second fight that really fucked him up. But Volk is still a monster. Look what he did to Diego Lopez. He absolutely destroyed him. And look at where we are with that. Diego Lopez win still has aged. It's aged even better. So Volk is going to be a problem. We're not going to see Merab fight Volk. I think we're more likely to see Merab versus Pantoja. Merab already has 64 fight minutes to see it. I guarantee he's going to look slower than that. I don't think so. I don't think so. He didn't show it. He's doing the right thing. He's at that age. He's in his flow. He's not injured. He needs to go for it, in my opinion. These are legacy-defining moments. If he's not injured, don't rest on your laurels and just, think I've got enough money now, relax. I think this activity is going to help him. No, bro, they got software. No, but you can work your way around it. There are programs you can use and word alterations that allow you to beat the plagiarism chat. And I know because I mark assignments all the time. And there's programs you can use to lower the percentage. You look excited when you read long sentences. I literally get bricked up when someone writes more than 10 words. There isn't a body on earth that isn't slowing down after that many minutes of combat. Yan will take over later this time. I strongly disagree. We've already seen that fight. Is there anything in that fight you can tell me to justify thinking that Yan can bridge that gap? Think about the people that Jan's fought, and think about the people that Merab's fought as well. Talbot versus Kyler Phillips would have been better. I 100% agree. That's the level they both should be fighting at. Talbot getting this big of a jump up is insane. He's such a zesty little fucker as well. This guy's about to say he beat someone. Actually, he beat his meat. Captain Price L. How you doing? Are you referring to me? I don't beat my meat on stream anymore. Merab probably dog walks Pantoja. Too big. Nice to meet you, Urban Outcast. Good to see you here. I agree. I think Merab would destroy Pantoja. Way too big, and everything good that Pantoja does, Merab can nullify. It's an easy fight for Merab, but the thing is, you've got to give Pantoja that chance if he beats Van, because they would have both plowed their way through each division at that point. There won't be any fights for either of them. So you've got to do it. Unless they can somehow convince Demetrius Johnson to come out of retirement and fight Pantoja, which I don't see happening. I don't think he'd mess with his legacy for that. There will be no Volk versus Merab because they eaten burger together. Merab's already come out and said it. And when Merab says stuff like that, he always sticks to his word. He said he'd never fight Aljo, and I don't believe he's ever going to fight Volk. Haha, I'm joking. Nice to meet you, though, Captain Price. It's all good, man. We're all down for the banter here. You're welcome to say whatever the fuck you want. That is the beauty of a Fight Night Frankie stream. You can say whatever you want. You can be as offensive and rude as you want. And I'll allow it. And I'll give it back to you just as hard. Maximum Jones on that statement. Merab will crush Pantoja. It's insane how people overrated. Nah, man, Pantoja's really, really good. Pantoja's going to secure his legacy by absolutely steamrolling Van. I think he gets it done within 2 rounds, and I love Joshua Van. And then with Joshua Van, depending on how he bounces back from that, flyweight division's looking amazing because we've got Joshua Van, who I think is going to keep improving. He's only been MMA training for 6 years. That's going to catch up to him. But we've also got Tatsuro Taira, who looks like a future champion in the making as well. So that division's in very, very good hands. I'm not saying I'm picking Pantoja, but he definitely has a good shot. Pantoja's highly skilled. He is. Merab's just too big for him, too powerful, too much cardio. Merab beats him, and we don't know how Pantoja would look at 135. He might struggle with the weight in terms of his cardio. I don't like it. Tone K, how you doing, man? I hope you're having a great day as well. Demetrius is not coming back. He said it multiple times. If they gave him 50 million, it's definitely not happening. There's no way. I mean, I think he'd do it for considerably less than that. I think if they gave him 10 million, he would come back, but the UFC aren't going to do that. Unless somebody else is in charge, I don't see that happening. And DJ for me is the GOAT of the sport. But I don't really want to see him ruin his legacy either. If we were going to get that fight, it would have had to have come directly after he parted ways with one. The position Talbot had Lima in their fight was crazy. Talbot's a weird one, yeah, because he lost to Ione Barcelos, who is a decent fighter, but he got destroyed in that fight. But then he looked phenomenal in his last one. But who was his last performance? He was nobody. I am having a great day, Tone K. I hope you're having a great one as well. Demetrius Johnson is small but great. I honestly believe if every fighter was the same weight, Demetrius Johnson, in terms of fight IQ, general skill in the game, is the best fighter we've ever seen. Hands down. Demetrius Johnson is the best all-rounder, and he did it clean. And his CV is very underrated. When you look at Pantoja's record, it looks good, but when you watch him fight, not so much. Very rudimentary skills. 125 is the weakest it is. You could not be more wrong. Kloss, I feel like you're trying to troll me at this point, to trigger me. Flyweight, pound for pound, is one of the most skilled divisions in the sport. The problem with flyweight is because they're so small, they don't get the credit that they deserve. Skill-wise, flyweights are better than every division, apart from maybe, you could argue that featherweight and lightweight, because the skill level is still decent, but flyweight, pound for pound, is way better than welterweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. And it's not even a discussion, mate. They're the most well-rounded fuckers in the sport. Islam is very skilled. We won't be surprised if he beat JDM, but if he defends against Shavkat, I'm done watching MMA. So, Captain, are you saying if Islam beats JDM and then beats Shavkat that you're done with the sport? He wouldn't be able to beat Shavkat. Shavkat's way too big for him. I don't even think he beats JDM. And I think Islam is an amazing fighter. I think I know it sounds like an easy thing to say. He's the Khabib that we didn't get, but an even more polished version. Much better striker. Khabib Nurmagomedov has the same striking style as Juliana Pena. I don't even mean to be a cunt about that. It just is what it is. Demetrius Johnson versus Daniel Cormier, same size. Demetrius Johnson all day long. And I rate DC. DC's probably in top 10. Top 15, definitely. What do you think on Volk's next fight? They've got to give it to Lerone Murphy, in my opinion. Fresh blood. You don't want Volk having the same names on his CV over and over. I think it would be ludicrous if they gave Diego Lopez the fight straight away. My worry is that they might give it to somebody like Yair, which I hope they don't. I think they need to give it to Lerone Murphy. He's on the longest win streak. He's an opponent that Volk hasn't faced. He offers different challenges. For Volk, we need to give him matchups that are new and not ridiculous for him. It should be Movsar Evloev, really, but all of his touching kid stuff has obviously got him in sticky water, as it should. So in my opinion, it's got to be Lerone Murphy. The stuff flyweights got away with doesn't work whatsoever when you have a little bit of size on you. That's why I consider them at lower skill level than 135 through 1/8. Again, I strongly disagree. I know that obviously you're not able to do the same things when you are bigger, but you have to take the skill level for what it is. We need Islam versus Top Turo, though. So Zuhir, what weight class would you like to see that at? Because I'm telling you now, Islam Makhachev is not going back down to 155. Can you believe Islam is a 1.4 favorite versus JDM? JPL, that's more money for us, sir. I wish it was more. Yeah, Kloss, I don't agree with that. It's not overrated at all. You've got to look at just what's in front of you. You've got to go with the eye test. Evloev's got to get a shot soon. I don't know what he's done to piss off the UFC as much as he has, but for some reason they hate that cunt. I don't get it. It might have been the comments he made about having 15-year-old brides and how you should groom them early. It was gross, but that is a cultural thing. I don't get why he's not getting a title shot. It's bizarre. Oh, fuck. I didn't hear that about Evloev. He wasn't really touching kids, but he basically made a comment like, you've got to get your wife young. 15, mold them properly, this kind of shit. And it was creepy. But again, it is a cultural thing. Kloss, you were genuinely dumb. Now, Kloss is just a troll. And he's our troll. We love Kloss. Crazy take, but I can see Van dealing with the grappling and winning on the feet with the counters and then giving the decision to Pantoja if Van doesn't get subbed early. I don't think that's a crazy take at all. I think it would be phenomenal for the sport if Joshua Van won. What a story it would be. I just think it's a little bit too early, a little bit too soon. That's my only concern. I think Joshua Van in 2 years is going to be an absolute nightmare for everyone. Him and Tyra have the potential to sit at the top of that division for years to come. But I'm hoping that when he does lose to Pantoja, and I do believe he will, that it doesn't knock his confidence completely and he ends up going on a spiral. Oliveira should have retired. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss. Oliveira's one of those guys who's going to end up having a Tony Ferguson fall from grace because I don't think he can ever stop himself fighting. But he showed last weekend that he's still there. And again, watching that fight, I couldn't help but think, fuck me, who's going to beat Ilia Topuria? Shavkat has been out for a year. Let's see how it affects his performance. He didn't look good against Gary. He was carrying a really bad injury in there. I've got a lot of faith in Shavkat. He's going to be amazing. The problem now is he is so far from a title shot again because he's been so inactive. So I don't know what's going to happen with him. I guarantee you, Ian Gary gets a title fight before Shavkat does, which is ludicrous. I'm surprised the UFC hasn't tried to bring back Makayev to build up a contender. The problem with Makayev is he's fucking boring. And he's a cunt. But he will work his way back sooner or later. And they'll probably offer him 2020 and he'll take it. I consider skill in fighting as someone who makes the least amount of mistakes. The top 5 in 125 makes way more mistakes than 135. I suppose because there's less consequences because of the power involved. Gotta go, boys and girls. Have a good one. Nice one, JPL. Shout out to silkpajamas.vip. It's a great community pick site. It's in the description. I've misspelled it though, so I do need to correct that. It's silkpajamas.vip. Great community pick site. Get yourself over there. The lack of size is why they're that much better and faster. 100%. Opinion on JDM versus Islam. I've talked about this a couple of times, Captain Price. I think JDM's takedown defense is phenomenal. I do think Islam will get him down a couple of times. But I think JDM will spend the majority of the fight shucking off most of the takedowns and then blasting his body. He's going to have way better boxing. And I think he wins a narrow decision win. I've got JDM winning 3 rounds to 2. But however, because of who Islam is, it wouldn't shock me if we get a robbery. I'm calling an early robbery for Islam. They aren't better, they're just riskier because of the punishment for messing up is way lower. But you have to think though, yeah, with the size disparity, the power disparity would be the same as well. So a little guy getting hit by a little guy is going to feel the same, if that makes sense. Carl Franklin, how you doing, my G? What's good? I haven't seen you for a while. Do you think Van is worse than Bilal or Gary? Skill-wise, definitely not. Or Roy Val Moreno are some of the best fighters in terms of skill sets in the world. Usman Nurmagomedov can beat Ilia Topuria by hitting his balls. That's a great call. I actually called a couple of months ago that's the fight that I wanted to see. I wanted to see Usman come into the UFC and take over 155 because the only reason he's in that shitty organization is because Islam was there. But now that he's gone, but after all the cheating I've seen him doing, I don't even want to see him in the UFC. Fuck that cunt. Anyway, sorry, I'm losing breath. You guys have got me talking today. Goodbye, man. Love your stream. I'm just too sleepy to continue. Okay. Enjoy your day off, Arham. Great to see you here. Thanks for turning up. Really appreciate you. Yeah, Roy Val and Van make tremendously more mistakes than Ian Gary. I disagree with that, Kloss. I don't know what you're watching, bro. Kloss has been sniffing again. How you doing, Bodhi Chiwerbear? That's a mouthful to say. How you doing? Where are you from? Nice to meet you here. Glad to have you in the stream. Just to remind everyone who's here, if you wouldn't mind liking and don't necessarily have to subscribe. I don't think I've earned that yet. But throw up a like on the stream. It's free, and apparently it helps us out. Helps me out. I've got gas station coffee. I want to dine out. Never eat or drink anything from a gas station. Remember the look on Tony Ferguson's face when he stopped Salt Pappy? It was a beautiful moment. When he broke down on his knees and started crying like a little bitch, my black heart had rays of sunshine flying out of it. And I don't even like Tony Ferguson, but that was a heartwarming moment. JDM doing good against Bilal, so it'll be hard for Islam. I completely agree, Captain Price. I think it's going to be close. But I think JDM is going to get the job done in a very narrow win. And Pokemon Cards Live is down today. No good coffee, no good espresso. I'm fucking moody now, boys. Pokemon Cards Live. Is that like Pokemon Go? Sounds like a fantastic use of your time. But I hope you find something to it. Go and jerk off. Go find yourself. Sorry, I can't believe that was my first response. Go and find yourself a nice warm vagina. That'll make you feel better. Why do Christians refuse to ask for proof that the Quran is memorized? Muslims say Allah made the Quran easy to remember, and I say it's impossible to memorize. The Quran is proof that Allah doesn't exist. Wow, Michelangelo, that's quite a heavy load you've just dropped on us. The Quran has beautiful poetry and imagery in it, and it's very easy to interpret it in a number of different ways. It is a masterpiece based on what type of literary work it is. And I'm somebody who understands that, even though I don't understand the mechanisms of Arabic. It is a beautifully written piece of literature, one way or another. And you can make at the very least, it was written by somebody who is a genius. Was it written by God? I don't really want to get into that conversation. I mean, we can, but that's the reason I don't fuck with the whole Catholicism thing, because this whole God was a man, that is the ultimate human hubris that I can't stand. To think that we could possibly be on any kind of level with somebody that created the world around us in any facet. Anyway, I went on a bit of a rant there. Japan, get Pokemon Live back now. I swear to God, Japan. Now Holland Dan Sock is screaming at the Japanese. Vagina was the first thing I heard. You turned up at the right time. My name in the Quran is Zaki. Zaki's a good name. My hope for JDM versus Islam is that JDM will really exploit Islam's inability to strike, moving forward, and how slow he evades. Islam Makhachev has very good striking for a Dagestani. Any news for Hamzat in welterweight? Nah, he's going to stay at middleweight, and we're not going to see him fight for at least a year because he's a fucking inactive cunt. Can I do an eggy fart on your nose? Does that count as our first gay comment of the day? Because we got 37 minutes in. Is that technically a gay comment in my direction? Have we managed to get this far without a gay comment? A lesbian just banned me from their stream. Lesbians are a work of fiction, sir. I don't believe in them. They are much like Bigfoot or Nessie, the Loch Ness monster. Lesbians are not real people or a real thing. They are fraudulent. Everyone in some facet or another needs a penis. There needs to be a real life penis in the equation. Lesbians are a myth, sir. Prove me wrong. How you doing, Oscar Piastri enthusiast? How you doing, sir? I'm pretty sure I've seen you here before, very possibly. Hope you're well. How was your day, Frankie? It was shit. It was shit. It was dog shit. I'm glad to be home. I've got 3 days left of work. I'm going to crawl my way over the finish line and I'm going to make it. Barely. And then I've got 2 weeks off. Hello, Squarehead. I've got a square head. Look at this. Look at the angles here, cunt. If anything, I've got more. I can see what you mean by the square on this side, but if I do a slight turn, you will see my head looks like an orange. How many fights have you had? Or a 1950s television set from the back. Have you had many fights in your life? Double digits for sure. But they've all been on the street. And I've got a very decent record, I would say. I've lost a couple fights, but I've never been like KO'd and, dragged off to the emergency room or anything. I've had a couple fights that I've arguably got the worst out of. But it doesn't stop me. How you doing, Callum? Nice to see you. Roy Val would get chinned 10 times over before he made it to Shamar. That guy has terrible striking defense. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a mad comment to say. I think I'm not alone that I was banned by him. Who banned you? Bro, you look familiar. How you doing, Rehashbi Vahish? Wait, I assume you're from India, sir. Very nice to see you here. Hope you're having a great day. I probably look like some... I've been told I look like a lot of people. Hey, shut up, mate. Can I anal you? I'm good, bro. I appreciate the offer, though. Thanks for the offer, but I'm not into that stuff. Vagina only. But thank you for the offer. It's nice. It's nice to be offered, you know? Kloss, I'm done. You're actually brain dead. Bomb. He's not brain dead. He's just a troll. And we love it. How you doing, Luke Clark? Scream as loud as possible and swear any cuss word of your choice. I would love to, Luke Clark. Unfortunately, my son's been ill over the weekend, and I only got him to sleep about half an hour before this stream. If I scream, he might wake up, and then I'm fucked. He looks like Jesse Pinkman. A little bit. But that's not a badge of honor to wear with pride. You're basically saying I look like a fucking meth tweener. So he's famous, but he's a meth tweener. So it's like, how do I take that? Don't spam, kid. Lol, okay, I reckon you might actually be a bit of a melt. You've definitely got me on that one. I 100% am. How you doing, Michelle Thomas? Nice to meet you. Hope you're well. Lol, people are wild. I swear I saw you yesterday. Broke my bed, mate. Wow. I'm very good, Michelle Thomas. Nice to see you here. I'm assuming you're not a real female, but you're welcome nonetheless. I am Irish, but I grew up in England. In my opinion, there's no one to beat Marab in bantamweight, not right now. He is a machine. Donald Trump has a handsome, thick, veiny 9-incher. I'm assuming you know that from experience. And the fact that you've got an English flag in your profile makes me very disappointed. Fact of the matter is, if the little guys get away with way more, hence why they're but also the skinny guys would have more of a chin if they went up. So your argument is kind of moot. Could you shout me Dixon Mayaz? Yeet man, how you doing, bro? Hamza, how you doing, bro? And the gentleman or female with the Arabic writing, where are you from? Yeah, so I'm Irish, but I grew up in London. So that's the answer to that question. And shout out, I'm not shouting that out. How you doing? Mike Hawk hurt my girlfriend. All right, we're getting to that side of the stream where nonsense is prevailing. But welcome to everyone. I'm only going to be hanging out here possibly for another half an hour because from what I understand, my boy Bodak is back in the arena. So I do need to show him some love. But I'm going to hang out here for a little bit. And I just want to say that I appreciate every single one of you fuckers who turns up here. Donald can eat my ass as he likes. He's definitely eaten an ass or two in his days. Khabib is one of the best fighters ever, chat. Also, if you add a bit of vinegar into regular milk, it will make buttermilk for pancakes and such. Is that true? Whenever something like that comes out, I always wonder how people discover those kind of things because it's weird to me. It doesn't matter how good your chin is. When you leave your chin straight up in the air, like, oh, I beg to differ with that. Anything new from the pinkyless girl from work? Not really. She still turns up to work. She is stealing a living at the moment, and I've got maximum respect for her. Maximum respect. I think she's going to ride that train for as long as she can, possibly for a year. That's what you talk, innit? It's nonsense. Nonsense. Bro, that's barely English. What is the name of your country? The United Kingdom? Which is technically not a country. I'm just going to say England. Dan Henderson. That's what you do when you come into a new chat. You just scream Dan Henderson at the top of your lungs. Great fighter, though. Love Dan Henderson. Do you eat arse with syrup or jam? I'm not really an arse eater, to be honest. A few mistakes have been made. When you're a scuba diver, you're bound to slip every now and then. So if you're targeting the pussy and you're a little bit drunk, some slips can occur. And you're denying it. You're lying to yourself if you don't accept that reality. The Stalker, okay, so there have been some updates on the Stalker XO radar. Yesterday, I decided to hand in all the letters that she's been sending to me. And there's currently an investigation. because I think this crazy girl is going to go scorched earth on me. So I am basically preparing for some kind of pushback, some kind of accusation, something like that. So I'm just making myself very clear. I'm afraid that I can't smile unorganically because when I do it, I look like a sex predator. So if you want me to smile, you've got to make me do something to make me smile naturally. 5 rounds of Tom versus Garn would be amazing. I want to see two giants fighting for 25 minutes. I do want to see that as well. The problem is the amount of Jones dick riders that are going to come out of the woodwork and act like, oh my God, he's the greatest. You see what he did to Garn, and then we're going to have to deal with that. So that's the only reason I don't. Never happened, mate. You eat ass by mistake. I didn't eat ass. I said there were a few slippages. You get a little bit carried away. You're scuba diving like a maniac. You're a bit drunk. The female moves while you're moving down. It happens. Let's not pretend. Let's keep it real. All right? If you're saying that that's never happened to you, either you're an inexperienced scuba diver or you're a fucking liar. Wise mate, protect yourself from the allegations. Yeah, so this is the issue that I've got at the moment. I work as a professor at a university. You might not know the context. And anyway, this female student has basically been stalking me, following me around, writing me letters, generally just skipping her classes and following me everywhere. And it's getting weird. So I've decided to do the right thing and hand in all the letters that she's been sending me, which are daily, by the way, front and back, 4 pages sometimes. It's a lot of reading, and I'm a busy cunt. So I've handed it all in. And I'm hoping that that will be the end of it, that they'll have a subtle conversation with her. But I have my concerns. Nah, up your game, bro. I'm not saying it's happened recently. I'm saying it's happened, bro. Let's slow our roll here, for example. Y'all don't eat arse on purpose. See, Kloss is of a different, he likes a different flavor to go with his main meal, so to put it. Can you please pronounce my name? Zig Shamong Shizer. Probably wrong. But yeah, that's the best thing I can do. BM, by the way, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. I hope your English flag isn't getting you in any trouble. Based individual for showing that shit proudly. Diddy D, how you doing? What's good, my man? So yeah, that's the situation that I'm in right now. And I'm concerned because the thing is, yeah, it came up at a staff meeting a couple of days ago where some of my colleagues commented that this girl keeps on following me around, and they were making jokes like, "Oh man, that girl's infatuated with you." And I was thinking, I've seen this go wrong before. I'm nipping this shit in the bud because I don't want her coming out later on and saying, "Oh, he did this to me," and blah. No, 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 no. I don't play that game. XO, I don't think I can pronounce that. Y'all are wild, fucking wild. Carl, it's out of control here these days. Damilola Gaji, where are you from? I'm from Ireland, but do you know what? Fuck this, man. Hang on a second. I'm going to stop this right now. There. I literally say this about 40 times a stream. Massey Pose. Is that pronounced correct? Was the student bad at least? Her breath is terrible. I'm not going to say whether she's bad or not because that's how accusations start. I don't see students in like I know that they're adults, technically they're like 18 and over, but I don't see them in sexual ways. I literally turn that fucking part of my brain off because I've seen people get fired in an instant for shit like this, and I'm staying the fuck away from it. Hey, brother, how you doing, Javid Kaka? Do you shave every day? I haven't seen any hairs. I shave every 2 days. I just run over it with an electric razor. Frankie, how often should I shave my pubes? Don't shave your pubes, Exo Raider. I know you're a novice in the game. Trim your pubes, sir. You don't want any razor bumps on your fucking landing strip. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know why I called it a landing strip. Want to do some cocaine? I've never done cocaine. I've heard it's amazing though. Where are the normal people on the internet anymore? They never existed. The truth is, Westy and I were talking about this the other day, and Westy's like, your fucking chat is out of control these days. And he's absolutely right. To be honest, yeah, there were only normal people in here when we had about 10 people that were talking, they were all normal. They were my OGs. And I'm going to start showing them some love on a Sunday. Anyway, I'm getting into some mad on. Solid advice, trim, not shave. 100% Big Chief, Big Chief. Amateurs shave their balls. And also there's the risk of nipping something. Get yourself a nice flat pair of scissors and trim like a gentleman. Your lady will appreciate you. Don't shave your pubes. Use scissors on them. This is what I'm saying. But I will say this, yeah. EXO is a rather young man. He's got to learn. This is why he needs male role models like us to point him in the right direction. Do you remember AOL's AIM chat thing? I do. I'm that old. I remember the. I don't know why it sounded. I did like a sitar kind of sound then, or I'm basically saying I remember dial-up. Hello, I'm from Azerbaijan. How are you doing, HRS BJK? Welcome from Azerbaijan, a lovely country. I would love to visit there, and I love your profile picture. Welcome to the chat. Have you ever done anything illegal in young age, except jiggy in front of people? Unknown edits. I don't know what you're referring to. I did have sex in a graveyard once and in a church, but that's a different story. Lovely to meet you here. Mate, look, it's best to shave. What would you rather put in your mouth? Stubbly balls or smooth balls? BM, it's a great question. I'm kind of with Kloss here. I don't think shaving the sides of the shaft is that bad an idea because you've got the, you're less likely to do yourself any damage, but you've got to trim. Trimming is the way. And BM, you've got to have if you've got a hamster penis, I could see the problem that you're facing here. Messi or Ronaldo, Messi all day long. They're both amazing, but Messi is the natural GOAT, the natural talented GOAT, and Ronaldo is the GOAT of hard work. I just dropped my debut song, Gravity, by Noctis Vale, my stage name. Remember I told you about my song? Ayan, you did tell me about your song. Let me see what I can... Is it on your YouTube channel? I'm Mr. Pizza Bones. How you doing, Mr. Pizza Bones? You're not much older than me. I am 40 years old. Church, yeah, I basically banged a chick out at my sister's wedding. It was glorious. It was amazing. If I had balls in my mouth, I'd rather be smooth. You see, this is how you know BM is a considerate motherfucker. Because he's imagining himself in the place of the female, which I know sounds gay, but it's not. He's a considerate ball juggler. So shout out to my boy BM. Hello from Albania. How you doing, Anila Bala? Nice to meet you. I had an Albanian friend in university once. We used to take the piss out of him and say that he was a radiator repairman. Really racist of us, but it was a different time. I drank a raw egg and published it on YouTube. Westy's getting hot now. Westy, I know you're 100% right. Everything you said the other day was completely true. If you have a hamster cock, fade it in. It helps with the illusion. Did she call you daddy in church? I don't remember, actually. She had my balls in her mouth, so I don't think she could really say anything. She was full. I'm joking. She didn't have my balls in her mouth. When I say we had sex in a church, it wasn't like on the altar or anything. I didn't like bend her over the altar and start pounding her out. It was in like a supply closet in the church. There were like loads and loads of chairs in there. We went in there. We were wearing matching outfits. She had this really nice purple gown on, and I had like a pink shirt with a purple tie. I know you don't care about that. Anyway, we had a quickie in the utility cupboard, and it was glorious. Haven't seen her in years. I'm gay. How you doing, Yurty? Somebody's going to click that up. Nothing wrong with being gay, sir. As long as you're happy, power to you. How are you doing, Linda Sweeney? Are you a real female, or are you, are you a liar? Is what I'm asking. Nice to see you here, Linda Sweeney. I'm very proud to meet you. We need more guys and girls. I don't know why I said guys first. That was a bit revealing. We need more females in our streams because we've got like 3 regulars and they need some buddies. Besiktas or Galatasaray? Sorry, I've seen you ask me that a few times. I would go with probably Galatasaray, but they're nutters. And Turkish football is amazing. Guys, can anyone give me some helpful tips for boxing? Buy a gun. It's on my main channel, Noctis Vale. Let me see if I can pull this up. How many subscribers do you have? Just so I make sure I've got the right channel. Noctis Vale. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. She hit 9 subscribers. All right, hang on a second. Noctis Vale Gravity. Okay, I'm gonna do you a solid here, Noctis Vale. If we could please subscribe to Noctis Vale and give this guy's song a chance, I'm sure he'd really appreciate it. Lips not syncing, for fuck's sake. Hang on a second. Let me just. I'm not gonna So she was at the back to the ceremony with your spooge running down her thigh. Nice. 100% she was. One of my proudest moments. I heard that both Besiktas and Galatas, I heard that both Besiktas and Galatasaray are very small clubs. Not really. In terms of global football, maybe not. Manthan, how you doing, bro? How's my full professor part-time wanker? I'm more of a intermediate wanker now. I've progressed. Did you watch Albania versus Jordan? Albania 1-4-2. I didn't. I don't like international football. I don't care. I genuinely don't. I don't care about the World Cup. I love football, but I don't give a fuck about international tournaments. Yeah, try not to get hit. That's great advice. One has a World Cup. I'm not very patriotic about England. Liverpool Football Club. We are the hooligans of Europe. Lennon. I'm a Newcastle fan, and I'm still not over it. But what I would really like, Lennon, is for Liverpool to win the league this season and Isak to get 0 Premier League goals. So he has to be embarrassed going up there. Have you ever seen the new Canadian fighter, Jenna Talia? I haven't. Jenna Talia. Very clever. I'm so glad I can't read properly. Yeah, out of sync is on your end, Frankie. The thing is here, if I refresh it, I'm gonna have some problems. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna quickly refresh the stream to make it less annoying for you, and we'll see how it goes. 1 second. All right, hopefully we're back. How are you doing? Well, brother. How you doing, Ultron? Very nice to meet you. Hope you're well. Karabakh is Azerbaijan. What good teams are there in Azerbaijan? I'm assuming you're a very big wrestling fan. A few tips for boxing beginners. Throw from your shoulders, not your arms. Never lift your rear door while throwing, and never cross your feet. Very good advice from Kloss. What about the Jamie Vardy goal? And he broke the gay corner flag. Do you remember? I remember that. And now my camera's gone and reversed itself. This is really fucking irritating. Hang on. I hate. Yeah, World Cups are shite. From Mickey Lloyd from Victoria, Australia. Victoria, you are 100% right about that. Let me see if I can reverse my camera because it does this all the fucking time. Let's see how this works. I need to write a very strongly worded letter to Restream because they're fucking up my life. I don't like my face looking backwards. Before leaving, I want to tell you once again that you look great at the age of 40 and you looked unknown edits. I never get tired of hearing it. I genuinely don't. Thank you so much. I am a goalie. Oh, okay. You need to be pretty based to be a goalkeeper these days. The Philly shell is a great defense if you're a skilled boxer, but I've seen too many charlatans try to use it and look better than they are. One thinks of Adrian Broner is one cunt. I was so happy he got chinned. He is such a prick. You see, they're bringing back the in-betweeners. Are they? They fucked it up the last few times. I think with the in-betweeners, yeah, they just got to leave that shit alone. They've got to. Azerbaijan or Turkish? That is a tough question. Shit timer with YouTube. How you doing, Mick Lloyd? Mick Lloyd, are you Australian? I don't know where I got that from. Maybe I just read it and my brain is only slowly catching up. Nice to meet you here, Mick Lloyd. Glad to hear you. Glad to see you here. If you are Australian, shout out to you. Great nation. Scary creatures will never visit there because I'm scared. I don't know if anyone said this before, but you look a lot like Orlando Bloom. To be honest, Denise, no one's ever said that to me before, and I really appreciate it. People usually say I look like a twink. I look like I belong having a cock in my mouth. I've heard these kind of things. So to hear something genuinely nice once in a while warms my black heart. What the heck? In between is geriatric edition. Yeah, they need to leave that shit alone. In-Betweeners was great for what it was, but I don't think it's ever going to be good again. Bro, take a nap. I do need to go to sleep soon. Thank you, Watson. I can see that Watson is concerned for my safety, and I appreciate that, man. That's really kind of you. Where in Australia are you from, Mick? With a name like Mick, you had to be an Aussie. Maradona or Messi? Ooh, Maradona was the original. I'm going with. Hi, I'm back. Are you still gay? Nah, still not gay, but keep trying, bro. If I ever convert, you'll be the first person that I reject. Um, Back to the church girl, Frank. Yeah, let's get back to Frankie. Your top 3 positions. Okay, this is going to sound a bit fucked up. I like using props. So, for example, I like to involve a table. So if I can smash out on a table, that really does the job for me. Often when I go away, balconies are a good place to get the job done as well. There's this place that I stay at that has a really nice ledge on the balcony. Very fucking dangerous, but I like the danger. Do you know what I mean? I like the prospect of possibly having somebody with the old binoculars out. You know, I like to give something back to the cucks. I once saved a shot with my hands, my legs, and my 2 balls. How the fuck did you do that? Are you broke? Nah, I'm not broke. I'm doing all right. I am doing all right. You can beat Conor McGregor. Definitely not. I think 99% of women's MMA fighters would fuck me up as well. You look broke. Don't know how to respond to that, really. The stuff I've got on my shelves behind me is probably worth more than the house that you don't own. So suck my dick. Mickey Lloyd from Melbourne, brother. 4th gen here from Wales originally. What a based motherfucker. Nice to meet you here, Mick. I don't know how you found my channel. I get a special feeling inside when Aussies turn up. I used to work with a lot of Australians back in the day. They are so fun to hang out with. So shout out to Australians. What you need to do, Mick Lloyd, is check out a guy called Dougie's Corner. He's an Australian YouTuber who's slightly less fucked up than I am. Amazing guy, does MMA YouTube content as well every day, does live streams every day. I think you'd really get on with him. How can you look so young being... Oh, hang on. I shouted that out a little bit too loud. How can you look so young being 40? What's the cheat code? Sucking BBC. I don't even know where to start with that, man. If I did have that as a secret, I wouldn't tell you. I like them stomach down. I grab their shoulders and hair and absolutely plow them. Holding down sock, you are the kind of romanticist that we need in this world. Oh, there's Dougie's Corner. I'll be real with you, yeah. I'm not an aggressive smasher. I'm like surgical with my shit. You feel me? I'm an artiste in the bedroom. What you doing, boy? Talking to you, sir. Answer the question, broke man. You don't look broke, and you do look very well for 40. Thank you very much, Big Chief. DJ Nassad, I missed your question. You look the same as an Indian actor, mate. Thanks very much, I guess. I am from Bulgarian. I think you're looking for Bulgaria. And to be fair to you, again, I had an ex-colleague I worked with in China. He wouldn't shut the fuck up about Bulgaria. And when he retired, he moved there and he said it's amazing. I dare you to tell me 4 German icon players. Thomas Muller, Beckenbauer, what's that striker who used to play for Spurs? Schweinsteiger, would he count? Probably not. Who's that guy that had the perm? I think I might have Alzheimer's because I know football very well and I can't even think of 4. Grinding Cowgirl is the best. It's the best if you're sitting up. I'm telling you, yeah, having a chick ride on you, if you're lying flat, oh, Manuel Neuer, thank you for the suggestion. Oliver Kahn, 2 great goalkeepers. What you've got to do if you're having a, I'm not Tory. I've never voted in my entire life. I've never voted ever, and I never will. I don't care about the world enough to do that. And I don't believe in politics or getting involved in it. I just believe in living in my own selfish little bubble. Sebastian Schweinsteiger. And I think that was the right answer. Lamine Yamal or Mbappe? I think Mbappe is extremely overrated. Your eyes are too close together and it's pissing me off. You know I didn't grow myself. And also my eyes aren't too close together, mate. You like if they were any further apart, they'd literally be pointing in opposite directions. But if it's pissing you off so much, fuck off. Can't stay for much. Cowboy, cowboy, cowboy. How you doing? Can't stay for much longer. Got to get back to the lab. Much respect from Madison, Wisconsin, US, brother. Really glad to see you here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I really appreciate you. I am German. I love Germany. It's one of my favorite countries. And Germans have some of the most fantastic sense of humor you'll ever encounter. People think that Germans are very serious people. They're not. They're based and they're funny. They've got a great sense of humor. So shout out to you, Nezu. I've never voted for the same reason. Part of it is laziness, but also I don't believe in it. I would be genuinely pissed off if I voted for somebody and then they lied to me, which they always will. Sorry, I'm in and out of the stream, but I heard something about sexy times. You look like someone who machine gun plows. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking. Frankie, have you ever gotten a root canal? I haven't, but I will tell you this. This tooth here, this one here, is a fake tooth. I got it knocked out. And I really do need to get it like removed and like have a root canal put in and have a new one. But I just don't have the time to get it done. So that one there is a fake. I got it knocked out in by a fucking crackhead. Anyway, you defo vote reform, wanker. I don't. I've never voted in my life. I've never voted on a referendum. I've never voted in an election. I'm not a Tory or a Labour enthusiast or a Lib Dem. I'm a cunt who only cares about himself. Would you ever consider getting a guild replacement? What's a guild replacement? You've never seen Albania. It's a beautiful country. I haven't seen Albania, Anila, and I'd love to. I've heard Albania is amazing. I would love to pay a visit sometime. Nicholas Jackson, we don't care. Fuck off then. Nobody asked you to this party. So fuck off. And like and subscribe. Chelsea scum. Fucking hate your club. I'm going to let this moment of silence shower you. How painful is a root canal? I imagine they're not fun. Anything involving teeth is, oh, gold replacement for your tooth. I would nah. When my thing is, I do take relatively good care of my teeth. For somebody who's 40 years old, I think I'm doing all right. Real Madrid or Barcelona? Barcelona all day long. I hate Real Madrid. I hate how arrogant they are, the cunts. Real Madrid are a cheat code. You stupid bloody Americans. I'm from Ireland, sir, as it says here. But fair enough. Have you ever been to Germany, the greatest beer brewing country? I have. I went to Munich and to Berlin. Wonderful. Wonderful country. So clean. Funniest people. You're British. No, you don't. Andrew Tate is back. Andrew Tate, I'm Irish, but I grew up in England. And yes, all this talk about British people don't looking after their teeth is bullshit. You Americans are just cheaters. You go and get your teeth cleaned all the time. It's not natural. So shut the fuck up. And again, like and subscribe. How can we fuck off and like and subscribe? Well, what you can do is like and subscribe, then fuck off. Bye, bro. Nice to meet you, HRS BJK. Was wonderful to have you here. Hopefully, I'll see you again. Wonderful to have new people here. I do have to be honest, though. And I'll be honest, Andrew Tate kind of has a point. Not the Andrew Tate, the charlatan we've got in our chat here. British people on the whole don't have great teeth, but at least they're real. Yoda the Jeezy is back. How you doing, brother? Cybermations has said something, but I can't see it. Your country is shit. All right, where are you from? Let's go band for band, cunt. I'd love to visit your country. You'd be welcome anytime. Regardless of what you think about this country, it is very welcoming for new people. We love having new people in here. Just don't come in here and take the piss. Their teeth are very much like their country. It's fake. Exactly my sentiments. At least we would tell Maintain our teeth. I am real Andrew Teeth. I might actually believe that you are Andrew Tate with fucking grammar like that. Parker Ives, your country is shit. Amy Fields, somatic. My tooth is fucked. Just one tooth. Ireland is racist. It's actually not. Ireland is one of the most kind of accepting nations on earth, but we have come across as a little bit of a. We have got some bad press recently. Irish people are a little bit soy. I'm doing a poo. Good for you looking for trouble. John Jones versus Alex next year. Yoda is looking more and more likely. And I understand why Alex is doing it. It's a much easier fight than Tom Aspinall. But if Tom Aspinall has a bad performance against Cyril Gahn but still wins, he might go for it. Which castle do you like the most? I don't really have a castle ranking, to be honest. I'm mildly autistic and easily excitable. I don't like conflict with others. Nice to meet you, Jeffrey Backshaw. Thank you for entering our chat and revealing something so personal about you. I love Pakistani. I love Ireland. A wisdom tooth. My wisdom tooth still doesn't come through. I mean, look at me. Puberty hasn't even hit yet. I'm hoping one day it will. You're white, not Irish. Irish are the black people of Europe. I want Ireland to be full of black people. I mean, there are generations of Irish now that are black and have Irish accents. It's quite trippy. You are only seeing hate. Bye bye. See you later, Manish. I don't. You are only saying hate. I'm just repeating what people are saying in the chat. Baby Saja, you are Irish. I need proof, sir or madam. Where in Ireland are you from? Alex versus John Jones versus Aspinall. First freeway fight. Jones and Alex would both jump Aspinall. 100%. Can I please? Do you keep coming back here just to ask the poof in my? You moved to Britain, so you're British now. I was raised by a single parent, an Irish woman, and I have very strong Irish Catholic values, even though I'm not really Catholic anymore. Depends how you see it. Frankie, what are your thoughts on scones with butter and tea? Fucking hell, I am English, aren't I? I literally got bricked up when you said that. I'm rocking a little teeny weeny right now after you said that. There are many black people in Dublin, quite a few ethnic Congolese. Marcus, I fucking hate Dublin. It's so expensive and I hate it. Hi, can you wish Ava a happy birthday, please? Eva or Ava? I'm assuming it's Eva. Eva, happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day. Can I diddle you? Nah, I'm all right, man. Again, I really appreciate the offer, but I'm not up for it. Irish people are the best lads you can have, 100%. Nicholas Jackson is now crying of laughter. How you doing? Aspinall's overrated. I'm going to be honest with you, Go Mad. I'm starting to believe that myself. I rewatched the Curtis Blades fight several times because I was there in the crowd and obviously I didn't get to see it from the right perspective. He does have some weaknesses. He is hittable. Do you eat blood pudding? I don't, man. I don't. That shit. Black pudding. It's actually called black pudding. It's gross. Is it time for a UFC Tag Team Championship? And do you support Celtic because of your Irish? I do prefer Celtic. Rangers are a bit of a dirty club. I'm trying to learn Irish, bro. Don't bother. It's a dead language. Nobody speaks it. If you learn how to speak Irish fluently, you'll be one of about 100 people in this world who actually can. So what are we talking about? I family, IH, whatever you want to talk about. I travel to Dublin at least once a year for a couple of months of work. Always Dublin or Bright. Bray is nice. Bray's in Northern Ireland though, isn't it? Dublin's nice and everything. It's just so expensive, man. It's completely out of control now. You can't go there and not get blown out. How about chai tea? I love chai tea. Black pudding is amazing. What chemistry? You've lost your mind. Do you know what? Yeah, I understand why people like it. The problem is, yeah, now that I know what it is, I can't enjoy it. Rangers are absolutely a dirty club. You're not wrong there. I'm enjoying seeing their demise a bit. I don't hate them as much as I hate like Chelsea, Arsenal, and now Liverpool. I'm not over the Isak situation. Although seeing him be totally shit warms my balls. I want to be able to summon a dragon, sir. That's quite the aspiration you've got there. Keep trying to live your dream, sir. Trippiest thing I've seen is a black Irish ginger. They are out there, man. They are fucking out there. How you doing, Bob? Nice to see you, my man. Again, shout out to everyone in the chat. I really appreciate you. Do you love India? I've never been there, but I appreciate it as a nation. It has beautiful culture about it. There are things I definitely want to see there. However, I need to pick very carefully because I don't really like massive crowds and cunts who don't believe in queuing. So I need to find a nice Indian village that's got some culture and where I'm not going to be, you know, getting into fights over people who won't queue. When did you get out, bro? What are you implying? Dude, can I get a shout out from Ireland to Albania? Anila, shout out to Albania. Much love to you. Have you ever been to Limerick? I have. I was there like 18 months ago. I went to Ireland for 6 months to live. When I moved from China back to England, I stayed in Ireland for 6 months and we went to Limerick twice. I wouldn't really call it a city because it's not. Beautiful little town. Loved it. Loads of nice bridges. The only thing that Limerick fucks me up, driving around there is a right pain in the ass. You gay, yo. No. No, I'm not. India is too dirty, bro. I don't believe that. India would be a fascinating place to visit. I do have a friend who went there and he absolutely fell in love with the place. India is one of those countries, from what I've heard, that you either totally fall in love with it or you hate it. Oh, if you want to see India, go to London. Nicely said. Start eating off food now so you can get used to Indian food. Indian food's all right, man. The thing is, though, I'm used to traveling to Asian countries, so I'm used to having a dodgy stomach for a couple of days. Eat food from your neighbor's bins. Jesus Christ. I forgot I got an ACL injury. How did you get that? India will make you immortal. Interesting. Nixvale, the Lombax. Nice to see you. Devonish, long time no see. I do vaguely remember your name. How are you doing? Lick your toilet. Damn, nobody. Where are you from? Are you Pakistani? With that talk, I'm starting to assume you might be. There's some real vitrionic Pakistani hatred in your blood there. Vladdy Daddy, great name. Are you actually Russian though? Do you want to eat our foot infested curry saw? This chat, Westy's right, this chat is fucking out of control. It really is. You lot are fucking wildin'. You lot are fucking wildin'. Anyway, I'm going to hang around for another 15 minutes. And then what I want to do is I want to redirect you to a rather I'm going to check to see if he's online now. Let's go back to Noctis Vale only got one more subscriber. That hurts my soul. Let me give Noctis Vale one more shout out. Check out this guy. All right, I'm going to go back to what we want to do is we want to head over to a named Bodak, absolute legend in the game. Hang on, I'm just going to send him a message. All right. Can you do me a favor, please? Can you focus and look into the camera, please? I'm almost done. Why does someone always turn up and goon to my shit? My rival kicked in my foot and I got an ACL injury. I described Anila. I really appreciate that. Jesus Christ, this entire chat has randomly gone feral. This happens every fucking time. It starts normal and then we just lose it. I'm Russian. Russian home to your mama. Not you, badmouth. I would never disrespect her or you. Big Chief, Russia is based. Some of the most gorgeous women ever. Bodak is going to hate you for raiding him. You've actually made a good point there. Forget Bodak. None of you go over there. None of you dare go over there. Bodak doesn't exist. LA had so much feces that they had an E. coli emergency years ago. They're fucked forever. We Indians love white women, and Israeli women saw. The Indian women have quite a good success rate with white women. Would you say that's a thing? Ben Dover, sick name. How you doing, sir? Clips for you. Trump deserves a Nobel Prize. This is still a thing. Hate from Norway. That's how you enter a chat. Norway, you're just jealous because Sweden has better bitches than you. Keep crying. Bodak is talking politics. This might be the right crowd for him then. You never know. I'm going to put his link in the description because fuck it. Wait, hang on, Mirza. I like white women. What do you like about them, Christopher Coke? What do you like about white women? I personally have never been a big fan of white women, but each to their own. I got the Asian plague many, many years ago, and I never managed to shake loose of it. All right, where are you from, bro? As it says in my thingy, I'm from Ireland, but I grew up in England. Dougie's here. How much you got for me? How you doing, Dougie Joyce? I know quite a few Dougies. Rookie Bishop, yo. All right, I think we're all caught up. Hi from Killarney. Great place. Just call me daddy. Okay. I don't like women without wankers. I don't know. They've all got wankers. Every woman's got a pair of wankers. You feel me? Hello, Spider-Man. How you doing, Afro Deep Sar? Even Rampage loves Asians. I'm telling you, Exo Radar. If you've been with an Asian, you can never ever go back. By the way, shout out to Chrissy J. Show us some love in the chat. She's amazing. And one of my oldest subscribers. We love Chrissy J. Bro, your favorite club. I'm a supporter of Newcastle United. It was a tough couple decades, but we've come good now. Western, stop being gay. If Western feels like some people need to get kicked out, it's all good. Let me know and I'll collect. That sounds so sinister. I'm Asian, and so we eat anything that walks on earth. It's true of some Asian countries. I mean, you can get some wild shit depending on where you visit. I was in Vietnam recently, and there was some mad shit you could eat there. But I mostly go to like Thailand and the Philippines. They're my favorite places to visit because it's just fun. It's a fun place to go. Fun places to go. And I'm going back in March to plant my flag once again. Is it me, or does everyone love sucking their girls' nipples after banging? Jesus, bro. I'm not big on the nipple sucking, to be honest. Never really been my thing. I do like a nice pair of nips, but anyway. Hey everyone, how you doing? KR Tenzin, nice to see you. Just double tapped the screen with my tip. You're not the first or the last to do that. South Africa just qualified for World Cup 2026. Well done. And who did you beat to do that? I bet you it was a nation that none of us have heard of. Hi, I'm new here. Where are you from? I'm from Ireland, raised in London. It's right there for you. Never won a Champions League, never won a Premier League. Hard to choose Newcastle. I root for the underdog. I'll root for the underdog. Because when we do eventually win something, it's going to feel so much more satisfying. It just will. I genuinely thought we were going to go for my entire lifetime without ever winning anything. So even winning that little League Cup trophy, I feel like I'm complete. I got what I wanted. Filipinos eat fucking duck embryo. I'd like to point out I am now 3 subscribers away from 1.35, which would be amazing. So if you're new here, subscribe. Filipinos, I'll be honest, Filipino food is not amazing. Out of all the Asian places, it's probably my least favorite. But their women are insane. Read what I said. What did you say? What's your name? My name is Erkan, but my mum died in a car crash, but I survived. Jesus Christ. My name is Francis, but you can call me Frankie, or you can call me Francis, or Frank. Not bothered. What a fun place. Nice to see you here. Clips for you. I'm doing good. How are you? Not much. We're just talking absolute shit. Ireland is in Europe. Yes. We India. Brahmin love white women, and I know they love us back unconditionally. There have been some success stories, but not many. Hey, Zelinsky, how you doing, Maverick Rays? You're always coming with that Selinky stuff. S looks good for England. I guess balut is what they call it. That's exactly what it's called. When is the next stream? It's on Thursday, I would imagine. I don't usually stream back to back. Too lazy. And I don't get paid for this. So, thoughts on anal? I'm not a fan, man. I'm not a fan. I've had some bad experiences with it. I've only done it twice, and it was requested by the female that I was with, to be clear. One of the experiences was all right. The other experience was smelly. So I think anal is kind of disgusting. I don't think it's gay, because obviously if it's with a woman, it's fine. Ireland play cricket. Yeah, we suck. Ireland suck at anything. China is more advanced than England. They are. I lived in China for 7 years, and I miss it every day. Bro, do you stream every day? I stream every second days, usually. Sorry, Nikes, feel the Lombax. Anal sex literally comes up on every stream I've got. I get called gay. I get asked if I like anal. It's nonstop. It's nonstop. Frank, how the fuck did I survive that car crash? I live with my dad and my little brother. He's 4 years old. His name is Brajan. I'm just glad you survived. I'm really sorry to hear about your mother, if you're being honest, which you never can tell in here. But rest in peace to your mother. And congratulations on surviving. I'm glad you're here. Sub to me. You got my sub, sir. Thank you very much, Diddler. That's what I need. More diddlers in my subscription count. That's exactly what I need. Thoughts on our special foot-infested curry? I don't know what you're talking about. Just crashed out on my i40 and my charger. So now I'm sitting here watching this while waiting for emergency services. What a wild day. Jesus Christ. How you doing, Uncharted Squid? Very nice name as well, by the way. I hope you are fine. Bro, are you Catholic? I was raised a Catholic, but I've never set foot. Well, I haven't set foot in a church in about 20 years. I'd probably burst into flames at this point. Are you gay? No. I know you wish I was. I know you're looking at me right now. I'm thinking, I wish this dude was gay, but I'm sorry to break your heart, but vagina only for me, sir. Frankie, are you going to go to Thailand, see Asia by yourself? Good, bad, cringe. I've been to Thailand. I'm not joking. Yeah, about 30 times, maybe even more, and I love it. Do you practice MMA? No, I used to do judo when I was younger, but I'm an old man now. I've got no time for combat sports. I'm 40 years old, man. I can barely get up a flight of stairs these days. Bro fell. I mean, fell off. And consider an Irish gay fox who uses Nick Wilde as a persona because he's so lazy to make his own design as another new sub. Bro, what is your age? I'm 40 years old. You're right. I do wish it. I respect your honesty. I've been asked 4 times if somebody would let me fuck me in the ass today. And while I appreciate the offer, I'm going to have to decline. If you are not gay or Protestant, you might be okay going to mass. It's a good point. Frankie, this girl has 5 minutes to get to her job or she's fired. Bad day to be late. Prayers to you, Chrissy J. I hope you make it and make it safely. I really appreciate you having you here. We're gonna go back to doing regular Sunday streams where crazy shit isn't going on. Because I can't do this every day. It's too much. Bro, create a poll what people actually think if you're gay or not. I already know the answer. You can't look at someone and say they're gay. Look at this voice. You can tell from my experiences that I used to be a poon general. And if you don't believe me, you're ignorant. You're ignorant. 1 sub away from 1.35. Damn, bro, you look like you're in your 20s. I'm an old cunt, mate. And I can't even grow a beard properly. It's disgraceful. Hello, my brother. Can you help me with 3K to pay my school fees? No. Get a job. Hey, man, I'm watching from California. One question before you have. Have you ever had a dingleberry before? A dingleberry? A dingleberry is a foolish or inept person. I should have known that. Do you have a 6-pack? No. No, I don't. I'm in fairly decent shape, but I don't have a 6-pack. The only way I can get abs these days is to starve myself because I'm quite lazy with ab exercises. I only do the glamour muscles. I only do the arms, the old arms. As you can see, the gun show is in live effect, the shoulders and the breasts. That's all I care about. I'm a glamour muscle guy all day long. Abs are for fags. Breaking news. Did you hear Trump is going to transition to a woman at the end of this term? Run as Donald Trump. That would be amazing. Prove it. No. Busy firing people. Gay. All right, I'm all up to scratch. Retarded white boy. How you doing? Bro, do you support fucking LGBTQT? I don't really. No. I don't support anyone. I only care about myself. Hi from Jersey Channel Islands in the UK. How you doing, Derek? I do look like I'm on steroids. You're right. The number 1 glamour muscle would be the abs, you dumb cunt. I mean, you kind of got me on that one. I always thought no, but you don't walk around. You don't walk around with your shirt off, which is why they're not the glamour muscles. Glamour muscles are things you can show off without having to be naked or having your top off. Give your bottom up to a tall black man. I'm all right, bro. I'm all right. After, it's really funny, yeah. Whenever I do a live stream, the first half is really civilized, and it just turns into this nonsense. I'm from Pakistan. How you doing, Hasib Ali? Shahid Kwalandarani. Nice to meet you, sir. Take your country back, lad. Love from. I'm Irish, bro. I'm loving this. I'm loving seeing this country fall into the abyss. It is very satisfying. I'm gonna suck the life out of this country, and I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. You're Indian. Nice to meet you, Napa Extra. How are you 40 but look 14? I don't know, Stephen G. I think I might have some kind of like Benjamin Button type illness where I hit 14 just as I was about to hit puberty. And then, do you have mods? I have some, but they're kind of busy right now. Bro, take some meds. Your hairline is getting worse. I've had this hairline since I was born. I've always had a shit hairline, so I'm unaffected by how shit it is. Hello from Scotland. Nice to meet you, Mark. I'm from Pakistan. You see, we've got quite an eclectic group here. We Indians have produced some of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. For example, Khabib's great, and he names a guy that isn't even in the top 20. Musa, you fucking troll. I'm from East Africa, Kenya. My mother spent 4 years in Kenya as a nurse, and she never shut up about it. She loved it. Irish you are. Well, you have to take your country back. Homelander, that's a fair point. Read what I said. Fuck me, Anila. Hang on. I'm going to have to go way back. I am home alone and naked. Good for you. I'm your father. Daddy? My dad died when I was 22. Just before my 22nd birthday, I was fuming. Didn't get a present. Chrissy J, have a great day at work. Great to see you here. I am actually, you don't like Barca. Barcelona is an amazing country. Sorry, city. What am I talking about? It's an amazing city. I love the La Familia. I've been there several times. It's a wonderful place to visit. People that make fun of other people's appearances are objectively ugly. It's very easy to call somebody out for having a bad hairline and stuff when you're hiding behind your keyboard. At least I have the balls to show my face on camera. Vatican City represent. That would be a turnout. Paul Craig, Chris Bungard, and Stevie Ray are the best Scottish has. And they are. Paul Craig is a premium dick slinger if I've ever seen one. You know Paul Craig hangs dong. You know he gets mad pussy. So shout out to Paul Craig. I've also got some family members that live in Scotland. Really great nation. Frankie, thoughts on your greatest fighter and comedian, Brendan Schaub? I used to enjoy Brendan Schaub for what he was, but he is a cunt. I'm your stepfather. Thanks for being so, thanks for giving my mom a good time. She's 72. She's got dementia. So thanks for showing an old lady a good time. I rely on my bangs to hide my 6 head. Oh, that is sick. My forehead is not that big in real life. But it doesn't stop me getting vagina. You look like a young, skinny Jason Mansfield. Stephen G, you are definitely from England. And I have jerked off on camera before. Privately. Not for OnlyFans. So we do have more in common than you think. Paul Craig used to fuck me up in training at the Scottish Hit Squad when he fought for them. Paul Craig. I like Paul Craig. Frankie, you're so handsome. Thanks very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for your kind words about Scotland. Scotland's amazing. It is. I love that country. Based as fuck. Gay Muslim here. Ooh. And the Israel flag is, you're definitely a troll. Anyway, guys, we've done an hour and a half now. What I'm going to do I am from Ireland, gobshite. Stephen G, where are you from, though? I'm from Cork. Not Cock. Cork. Please let me know where you're from and shout out. Are you staying in London? No, I'm actually in Cambridge, or I'm near Cambridgeshire. I'm not telling you my exact location because that would be ridiculous. I can't. No, I'm not saying that 60-second assassin. I read very, very quickly in my head. I'm not going to fall for that. Again. All right, guys. Dublin. Dublin's too expensive, Stephen. I stayed there for 6 weeks a couple years ago. Unbelievably expensive, man. I couldn't believe it. Bro, you don't like FC Barcelona. I don't like any of those Spanish teams. They're all arrogant fuckers. But I prefer them to Real Madrid. Anyway, would you beat Khabib one-on-one? Nah, I don't think 10 of me could beat Khabib, if I'm being perfectly honest. But at least I'm real about it. All right, guys, I'm going to fuck off now. I've left a link in the description. If you could check out this gentleman named Bodak, if you could give him a nice raid, help him to boost his numbers up. If you could also like the stream before you fuck off and subscribe. I believe we're very, very close to having the most likes we've ever had in a live stream. But yeah, Stephen G, hang out sometime because I'd like to trade war stories with you. Because I'm obviously a proud Irishman myself, despite the faggy voice. Sorry about that. England broke me. But Dublin really depresses me, man. I love visiting there, but fuck me, it's expensive. How come I've never seen you? Love MMA. You sound good. I'm not really very big on here, man. I'm a nobody. I'm an absolute nobody. But please, you are the exact kind of person I want to keep around. There's a lot of trolls in here who come around and say they want to fuck my asshole. It's all very disgusting. But you sound like a good lad. So I would appreciate your sub. I do live stream every couple of days. So it'd be nice to see you. Mod Tone K. Westy, you do it. You fucking do it, mate. You lazy cunt. You're supposed to be the one in charge of that shit. If you want to mod Tone K, do it. I think he deserves it. You have my full support. If you're Irish and you like Scottish, can I suggest that you support Hibs? I'll take that into consideration. Stephen, I'm very glad to have you here. And I hope to get to know you a little bit better. I'm gonna go off now. What I would suggest, head over to this gentleman named Bodak. I'm gonna put his link in the link in the channel again. Please go over there respectfully, because he's not gonna have any of that bumhole shit. He's not as liberated as I am, or patient as I am. Much love to all of you, Westy. Thanks so much for keeping the Wild West under control. Oh, you can't. All right, hang on a second. Where's Tone K? I'm gonna do that right now. Tone K. Tone, I'm gonna do this right now, mate. If anyone deserves a mod, it is my boy Tone K. There's my own voice. I do sound like a fucking fruitcake, don't I? Hang on, Tone. There you go. Hasib, nice to meet you. I will see you all. XO Raider, you're on my radar as well, sir. No pun intended. All right, guys, I'm gonna fuck off now. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will be back. I will be back on Tone K. I should have modded you ages ago. I'm gonna drop Bodak's stream in one more time. Guys, have a wonderful rest of your evening. XO Radar, I'm looking at you. Because XO Radar, you're here all the time. So you're on my radar. You now have the power, Tone K, to kick out whoever the fuck you want. Welcome to Frankie Universe. Guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. It's a pleasure, as always, to have you all here. I will catch you all on Thursday. Once again, please check out my man Bodak and please be respectful. Clips for you. Thanks for turning up. Everyone else, much love. XO Radar. Like I said, you're on the radar, my friend. A mod is coming your way soon. Peace, guys. I'll see you in a bit. Have a wonderful evening.